Hey everybody, today we're talking about something kind of serious: divorce. I know, not exactly a barrel of laughs, but it's important. Sadly, more and more couples are calling it quits these days. It's heartbreaking, right? We all know that marriage takes work, it's not always easy, but why are so many couples struggling to make it last? Well, one big reason might surprise you: energy. Yep, you heard that right. Just like our phones need recharging, so do our relationships. But here's the thing, we're living in a world that's constantly draining our energy. Work, social media, the pressure to have it all, it's exhausting. And when we're exhausted, we don't have much left to give to our partners. So what can we do about it? Let's dive in and find out how we can recharge our relationships and keep the love alive. Think about your energy like a bank account. You make deposits when you do things that make you feel good. Spending time with loved ones, exercising, pursuing hobbies. You make withdrawals when you're stressed, overworked, or constantly scrolling through social media. Now, imagine your relationship has a shared energy account. Every time you argue, every time you feel disconnected, that's a withdrawal. Every time you laugh together, have a heart-to-heart, or simply enjoy each other's company, that's a deposit. The problem is many couples are making way too many withdrawals and not enough deposits. They're so busy with work, kids, and other obligations that they forget to invest in their relationship. And guess what? That leads to resentment, frustration, and eventually a love that's running on fumes. Let's talk about work. Don't get me wrong, having a job is important. We gotta pay the bills, right? But when was the last time you worked late, answered emails during dinner, or brought your stress home from the office? It happens to the best of us. But here's the thing. Constantly being on for work leaves us with zero energy for anything else, especially our relationships. It's like trying to run a marathon every single day. Eventually, you're going to crash, and that crash often spills over into our relationships. We're irritable, short-tempered, and emotionally unavailable. We might snap at our partner, withdraw emotionally, or simply not have the energy to engage in meaningful conversations. Over time, this work-life imbalance can create a huge rift between partners. It's like they're living separate lives, even when they're in the same room. Section 4. Social media and stuff: more stress, less love. Now, let's talk about social media and materialism. Don't get me wrong, I love a good Instagram filter as much as the next person. And who doesn't enjoy treating themselves to something nice every now and then? But here's the catch. Social media often presents us with a distorted view of reality. We see perfectly curated feeds filled with happy couples on exotic vacations, and we start comparing our lives and our relationships to these unrealistic standards, and then there's the pressure to keep up with the Joneses. We see our friends buying new cars, bigger houses, and designer clothes, and we feel this urge to have it all too. But all this striving and comparing can take a toll on our relationships. We become so focused on what we lack that we forget to appreciate what we have, and that's a recipe for disaster. Section 5. Recharging: love tips for a stronger marriage. So how can we redirect our energy and strengthen our relationships?